We are here now. So, what have you enjoyed from the program?
I've enjoyed the worksheet the most because of how thorough and how in depth and how much thought you've put into it. The way that it's been set up has allowed me to gather as much data as possible on a day-to-day basis, which at the start I felt was excessive, but actually in hindsight and actually going through the process, there's something very meaningful to committing to the daily practice of recording my mood, my hunger levels, my weight, my step count. It's allowed me to track my progress in a way that I've just never done before. That level of detail that we've been able to drill into has given us the bigger picture and overall allowed us to see how far I've progressed. There isn't a single thing that I can pinpoint which I've enjoyed the most. I would say holistically, it's been the way that you've set up the coaching through the worksheet. You as a coach, you've been fantastic as well. So really, I can't really boil it down to one single item.
And then thinking about specifically workouts.
I've really enjoyed the cast glute bridges. You have introduced me to that movement. In the time that I've been strength training, I've never found a single movement pattern that has targeted my glutes as much, a lot more effectively than any other exercise I've done before.
For the sort of trends you've spotted?
Even just in the run up to menstruating, I've noticed the trend of hunger levels spiking quite dramatically. And then post menstruation, those hunger levels dropping, but equally strength levels simultaneously spiking. So able to lift heavier, reach, personal bests. And of course, just throughout the month, there have been moments where I felt weaker, but again, normally in the run up to my period. So I'm becoming more conscious of how my cycle affects my daily movement and my daily energy levels in a way that I've just never been conscious of before through the worksheet. And it's through the daily practice of inputting that data that I've been able to recognize those patterns. Otherwise, I probably would never have been able to explain them through the context of my menstrual cycle. Normally it would be, oh, I'm just feeling tired today because I've had less sleep or if I've not eaten as much. But actually, it's just another lens through which to view my progress. And it makes a lot of sense as well, to be honest. It's not because I'm regressing. It's because, there are hormonal changes that are, that I'm not in control of, at least not consciously. So it's been a really helpful way to navigate the fluctuations in the month. And also, as a result, fostered a sort of self-compassion. Like now that I know, I'm getting to a point where in my menstrual cycle, I'll feel a little bit weaker. I put so much pressure on myself to perform to the best ability, or to the ability that I know I'm capable of. So yeah, I think it's been really helpful. I think it's broadened my perspective and made me appreciate there could be many different objectives that one can have. It was to lose weight, and it wasn't necessarily to push my numbers at the gym. But I've also thought more carefully about the food I consume. Before working together, I was focused on how much I was consuming, not what I was consuming. And I've come to realize that actually it's hugely important to have the right split in place, and also to modify that split based on training and based on rest. And so on days where I do train, I up my carbs and I lower my fats. And on the days that I rest, I do the reverse. I lower my carbs and I up my fats. That's enabled me to lose weight at a much faster pace. It's also enabled me to keep my shape. I've not at any point throughout the process felt that the training, the weight loss program has ever impacted or compromised the shape that I worked so hard to gain before working with you. In fact, I think it's just only enhanced it. Before, I just saw it as a number, like a calorie number. But now I actually realize that what I eat can actually impact my overall physique and energy levels, etc.